Imagine you walk into a supermarket to buy just one thing, a bottle of milk. 5 minutes later, you're walking out with chips, chocolate, soft drinks, frozen pizza, and somehow you've spent over $80. But what if I told you that, before you even picked up your first product, the supermarket had already started influencing your decisions? It sounds crazy, but almost everything inside a store is carefully designed to make you spend more. The smell when you walk in, the music playing in the background, the size of your shopping cart, even where they put the milk, none of it is random. Behind every shelf is years of research into one simple question: how do we get customers to buy just one more thing? And today, we're going to walk through a supermarket together and uncover the hidden tricks that most people never even notice. The first trick begins the moment you walk through the entrance. Take a look around. What's the first thing you usually see? Fresh fruit, bright vegetables, fresh flowers, or a bakery filled with warm bread. That's not an accident. Stores want your first impression to be, everything here is fresh. Even if you're planning to buy frozen food or snacks, your brain has already associated the store with freshness and quality. Then comes the smell. Fresh bread, cookies, roasted chicken. These smells tempt your hunger. And when you're hungry, you're much more likely to buy things you never planned to. That's actually why many people say, never go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. Because when you're hungry, everything suddenly looks like a good idea. Now let's finally get that bottle of milk. You walk into the store and immediately turn toward the dairy section. Except, it's almost never near the entrance. Instead, it's all the way at the back. Why? Because supermarkets know something about you. Milk, eggs, bread. These are called destination products. People come to the store specifically to buy them. So instead of putting them near the front, stores place them as far away as possible. That way, to reach the one thing you actually came for, you have to walk past hundreds of other products first. Think about your trip. On the way to the milk, you pass cold drinks, then the bakery, then chips, then chocolates, then frozen food. Every extra aisle is another chance for something to catch your eye. And here's what's interesting. Supermarkets don't expect every customer to suddenly buy 10 extra products. They don't need to. If just 1 out of every 5 people grabs a chocolate bar, and another person picks up a soft drink, and someone else throws frozen pizza into their cart, those tiny decisions add up to millions of dollars over a year. That's the real business. Not convincing one person to spend an extra $50, but convincing thousands of people to spend an extra $2. Have you ever gone to buy one product, only to find the entire aisle has been rearranged? It's frustrating. You spend twice as long looking for what you need. But that's exactly the point. When stores occasionally change their layout, it isn't always because they enjoy confusing customers. A new layout can expose regular shoppers to products they normally walk straight past. The longer you search, the more products you see. And the more products you see, the more opportunities there are for an unplanned purchase. By now, you've finally reached the milk, and now you might think the shopping is over. No, the next trick doesn't happen in the aisle. It happens the moment you look at the price tag. You finally find the milk. Now you look at the price, $4.99. You probably don't think much about it, but that 1 cent difference is one of the oldest and most powerful pricing tricks in business. Because your brain doesn't read prices the way you think it does. A product that costs $9.99 feels much cheaper than a product that costs $10, even though the difference is literally 1 cent. Why? Because our brains pay more attention to the first number we see. So when your brain sees $9.99, it often registers it as being closer to $9, not $10. This is called the left digit effect. Companies have used this idea for decades because it works, but pricing psychology goes much deeper than just ending prices with 99. Sometimes companies don't even need to lower the price. They just need to change what you compare it to. Here's a simple example. Small popcorn, $5. Large popcorn, $8. Most people might choose the small, but add one more option, medium popcorn, $7.50. Now the large popcorn starts looking like a bargain. For only 50 cents more, I get so much extra. Suddenly, the option you originally ignored becomes the one everyone wants. Nothing about the product changed. Only your comparison changed. And this is happening everywhere. This is called the decoy effect. Companies aren't just selling products, they're designing choices. Because sometimes the easiest way to make someone spend more isn't convincing them to buy something expensive. It's making the expensive option feel like the smart option. But pricing is only one part of the game, because even after you decide what to buy, there's another trick waiting at the checkout. You have everything you actually needed. Now you're standing in the checkout line, and this is where stores make one final attempt to increase your spending. Look around the checkout area. What do you see? Candy, chocolates, small electronics, batteries, random items that you probably didn't plan to buy. This is not random. It's called impulse buying. The idea is simple. When a customer has already decided to buy something, their brain is less resistant to adding small extra purchases. You already made the big decision of spending money, so adding a $2 chocolate bar doesn't feel like a big deal, and those small purchases become millions in revenue. Stores understand that the hardest part is getting you to start spending. Once that happens, small additions become much easier. Have you ever seen a sign saying, "Buy 2, get 1 free," or 50% off today only, and immediately felt like you had to buy it? This is called the scarcity effect. When something appears limited, our brains naturally give it more value. A normal product becomes more exciting when you think, if I don't buy this now, I might miss my chance. That's why stores use phrases like limited time offer, only a few left, sale ends tonight. The goal isn't always to make you need the product. The goal is to make you feel like you might lose an opportunity, and humans are naturally more motivated to avoid losing something than to gain something. For example, saving $20 feels good, but losing a $20 discount you could have received feels much worse. Companies use this feeling to push faster decisions. The discount changes the way you think. You start focusing on the money you're supposedly saving instead of the money you're spending. And that's the real secret behind many promotions. A good deal doesn't just lower the price, it changes your thinking. So by now, let's look at what happened. You entered the store. The layout guided where you walked. The prices influenced what seemed affordable. The checkout area encouraged extra purchases, and the discounts created urgency. Nobody forced you to buy anything. That is what makes these strategies so effective. The best marketing doesn't feel like someone is convincing you. It feels like you made the decision yourself. After seeing all these tricks, one thing becomes clear. Stores are not just selling products. They are designing decisions. From the moment you enter to the moment you pay, every detail is created to influence what you notice, what you compare, and what you buy. But understanding these strategies gives you an advantage, because the next time you see a huge discount, a perfect deal, or a product placed exactly where you can see it, you'll know to ask, am I buying this because I need it, or because someone designed me to want it? And that one question can save you more money than any coupon ever could.